Okay. Hello. Check one. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the AfroMattt Show. I'm your host, AfroMattt, and this is episode 138. And I mean, we have a doozy today. A bit of a doozy. I know I'm late, but I'm kind of honestly glad that I waited because a lot of shit popped off. As you may know, if you exist here in America, or I mean, in the world, the the fight between Israel and I don't know how to put this, where the algorithm, and honestly, I don't even know how to talk about this. I'm going to be honest. I don't know how to talk about this because I'm seeing a lot of conflicting opinions out there. But Israel has popped off against Palestine. It is the rematch that we didn't know we wanted. I don't know what the over-under is. I don't know who's favored. I think that the underdog is Palestine. Well, because Israel's so big and they control the media. But, it's I'm seeing a lot of confusing things out there. So, I don't even know. I don't even really care. That much, but apparently Israel took, so this is the way I see it, okay? Israel rounded up the Palestinians, which at first sounds kind of funny because they were at one point rounded up, but the Jewish people rounded up the Palestinians and put them in the Gaza Strip. Now, this is where they would point and laugh at them, throw stones, publicly execute. I don't know what they were doing, but it wasn't good for the Palestinians. So I guess after enough of that, the Palestinians have decided to, hang glide. So this is where I get kind of disconnected because I'm like, okay, yeah, that's pretty bad. But also the Palestinians the Palestinians just took over here, I'll just play the video.
This is the moment Israeli festival goers were descended upon by Hamas militants paragliding in from the skies to inflict terror. They appeared to be oblivious to the impending terror floating hundreds of feet above their head until an eagle-eyed camera person suddenly zoomed in on gray dots in the air, which turned out to be Palestinian militants. Festival goers are then warned.
So all these festival goers, also, it's fucked up, but all these festival goers, first off, you're at a festival in Israel. I don't know. I don't. If any single one of my friends said, "Hey, I'm going to a festival in Israel," I would sincerely say, I hope you have a good time, but I don't expect to see you later. I would say my sincere goodbyes. I don't know much about the Middle East, but I know things aren't festival good. They're not festival good there. They just aren't. They aren't festival good. That might be the name of the podcast. Things aren't festival good because they aren't. They're throwing a festival. This is where things go bad. So things went bad when paragliders from the okay, this is where it gets spicy. The terrorist organization Hamas, which is normally a very delectable treat with pita chips, but now they are paragliding onto the ravers, and they're running for their lives. Now, there's footage that I can't show of them grabbing, throwing, shooting, and generally being not cool to these festival goers. I think Biden just came out and said that yes, these people, some of them were American, so he's like, yeah, we have a problem with that. Hamas just said that they're going to start executing people. It's bad. It is not good It's not good out there. It is things are not well. things are not going pretty good. So yeah,
Of an incoming rocket attack just as the invasion begins.
imagine being rocket attacked.
Moments later, the dancing stops and terror ensues as festival goers are forced to run for their lives as armed Hamas fighters began shooting and kidnapping whoever lay in their path.
Jesus. So yeah, I mean, not a good festival. So yeah, those people. So now we have a situation, and this is where my confusion comes in. We have Israel, who hate Palestinians, and I guess want them to all die. And then you have Palestinians who hate all Israelis, Jewish people, and Americans. They literally scream like death to all Jews while they're screaming Allahu Akbar, right? So it's like so yes, Palestinians, Hamas is a terrorist. There are videos of them beheading people like ISIS or Al Qaeda or whatever. So they are good guys. And okay, this is where it gets funny, because this is where it gets funny. And I promise this is funny. But there are people genuinely becoming fully anti-Semitic on TikTok. Fully. They're posting like speeches of like Hitler's speeches, and the comment sections are all, damn, I miss this man. Like the people that support Palestine, it took like 0.5 seconds for them to like just hate all Jewish people. Like that. Like thousands, these videos have thousands and thousands of views. I swear to God, if I open TikTok right now, it's probably one of them. Here we go. Yep, here we go. Here's one. It's literally it's literally Hitler's speech over like TikTok music. And this one has 100,000 likes. This video. Here are the comments. Less than 100 years. Loud repost. Our patience has its limits. Yeah, Berlin 1940 seems like a much nicer place. That's a comment. They said Berlin in 1940 seems like a much nicer place. To be honest, this guy says, to be honest, bring back the 40s. Like, these people are calling for a second Holocaust. It took 5 seconds. It took 5 seconds for them to... This guy says, bring back Germany, 1940s ruled. And someone said, the biggest downgrade of the century. So, I mean, like, this is literally what's happening on TikTok. They are being... Took 4 seconds to be radicalized into hardcore anti-Semitism. It's like neo-Nazi. It took 5. Literally, it has been a day since this shit popped off, and they've already and it's the weirdest thing, and this is why I can't really wrap my head around, is the people that become neo-Nazis and hate Israel are the ones that support Palestine, and they are mostly like the weird, like the liberal type of people. There's literally people like walking around saying queers for Palestine or something like that. So this is like the part that I can't wrap my head around, because I'm pretty sure in Palestine they throw gay people off of the roofs of buildings. Right? So it's like this weird disconnect that I can't understand. Like, yeah, we should all be, yeah, yes, I would, okay. I should be the first to jump into the, yes, the Jewish people rule the media, right? You know, let's bring Kanye West in here. Let's get his opinion, right? But, like, this is where I take pause, because that's usually, like, you know, the Jewish stuff is kind of funny. But now it's, like, actual anti-Semitism, and these people are actually, like, hate them. And it's, like, a problem now, right? You know, it's becoming an actual problem. And I don't understand how it happens so fast. And this is why people are like, oh, Hitler couldn't happen this. No, dude, literally, if someone ran today and said we are going to be exterminating Jewish people, he would have a serious, like, these, like, the people in these comment sections would be thrilled, literally thrilled. It's crazy. It is the craziest thing. And they're like the woke liberal type of people have become sort of the warmongering, send money to Ukraine, fuel these endless wars. It is the strangest thing I've ever seen. Like, liberalism, I think, used to be, the hippie type, peace, love, free love, drugs, down to earth, shrooms, that kind of stuff, right? Back when the CIA was doing, Project MK Ultra, right? They need to bring that back, to be honest. They need to fry some people's brains up. Really scramble some people's brains, because liberalism now is just like, I don't know what these people are. They're screaming for death to Jews. Let me look on. Like, okay, I want. This is what I hear when I open my TikTok app now. I do not want to be scrolling TikTok in a public setting and have Hitler literally streaming out of my speakers. I don't want that. And if that makes me woke, if someone looks at me and says, if someone literally looks over and he's like, gives me the thumbs up and he's like, you know what's up? And it's like some guy with fingernails painted or something, and maybe a nose ring or maybe a septum piercing or like an earring or something, dyed hair or something, maybe he's wearing a big beanie, like one of those, not a normal beanie, but one of those huge beanies that hangs really low. Like one of those. And he looks over at me and he like gives me a thumbs up and he's like reading Mein Kampf. That is a serious issue. Like when woke people start reading Mein Kampf unironically. Jesus Christ. I don't even know. Like I want to have an opinion on this. I really do. I want to make a blanket statement and say, this is who who should win. This is who I've got my money on. Here's the over under. Here are the odds. But really, and here's the kicker, I don't think that, so I think that they're fighting over Jerusalem, but this is where the kicker comes in, because you could see a third party come in. And I'm saying right now, Roman Empire teams up with the Catholic Church of Britain, teams up, and a modern day crusade on Jerusalem. Horseback, full armor, armored men. We're talking modern day crusades. It could be that spicy. Now, wouldn't that be a season finale? Like if this was, of course, COVID was like kind of the season finale of season 3 or whatever. That season 5 season finale, a plot twist. Catholic Church of Rome, Italy, England, France, crusade onto the soils of Jerusalem to claim it back as the Holy Land. That's a season finale. That is a season finale that I don't even think anyone could write. Game of Thrones not writing that. Succession, they're not writing that. That's coming straight from God. That's a God-given finale right there. But I don't really even care too much. You've got Hamas beheading children, throwing gays off roofs. You've got Israelis, calling Palestinians the N-word and throwing rocks at them and shooting them in the street. I don't know if there's a good guy in this situation. We could nuke them both. We could just nuke them both. Hey, I'm just saying that might be a viable option. Just nuke them both. It's like sometimes when me and my siblings would fight over a toy. This happened one time when my sister, she had some toy and I was playing with it. We were pulling back and forth, and then I put my foot against her and I pulled. And I dislocated her shoulder, and my dad, my mom or someone came in. And they took the toy and they said, neither of you can have the toy, and they threw it in the trash. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Maybe we need to take Jerusalem off the map. And I'm not saying blow it up, because it still needs to be there because they need to have something. But I'm saying we put rockets underneath Jerusalem and we lift it up and slowly shoot it and place it on the moon. Place Jerusalem on the moon. God, how fast would they get to the moon, though? God, they'd have the fastest damn space program in the world, probably. Those Jews would get there quick. That's a space race, actually. That would be a space race worth watching. Who gets to Jerusalem first when we put it on the moon? That's exciting. The birthplace of God, now in space. And begin. Then they start like building rockets out of like, they're paragliding onto the moon. Yeah, and this is how they're like attacking. I don't even know how all these people are so good at paragliding. They're paratrooping in. It literally looks like, this literally looks like a scene from Fortnite. This looks like Drop Zone in Fortnite. Like the battle bus just flew over Tilted Towers. And they're dropping in. Paragliders. I mean, it's getting spicy out there. I wish they would just knock it off. That's what my mom would say too. My dad would say, would you guys knock it off? Would you chill out? He would say chill out a lot. If we were in a store and we were messing around, he would say, chill out. Guys, just chill out, please. And that's what Israel and Palestine needs to do right now. They just need to chill out. Calm down. Calm down. It's actually crazy that two people hate each other so much, but they have to exist in the same like area. That it's just so explosive when they fight. It's actually crazy. Like there's literally strapping bomb. Hamas is like strapping bombs to themselves. They set up all their like military locations surrounded by like civilian lives, so that they can use them as body shield. What would Sun Tzu say about that? He would say genius. They would say, hey Hamas, where do I sign up? That's what Sun Tzu would say. The art of war. Use civilian casualties as a shield. You think the Roman army phalanx was a strong shield? No, try a shield of human lives. Innocent human lives. That's a pretty huge shield. But all jokes aside, I mean, yeah. I mean, I can't really even pick. I really can't pick because I really kind of hate them both. And that might be actually the worst stance I could choose, is hating them both, because then it's like, oh, you're against, and people are painting the Palestinians as some sort of like freedom fighter. I'm like, dude, they're kind of terrorists. They are actually terrorists, by the way. So, like, by the way, they also behead people and they hate America. Like they would, like if you showed up and said, hey, I support you, they might actually not only shoot you, they might just like bend you over and saw your head off. Like they kind of hate you. Like they start every day with a chant that says, death to Israel and death to America. That's how they start their days. So you don't like, you know how in school the kids say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. No, they stand up and they say death to America and death to Israel. And you see what they're doing to Israel. God, if we were their neighbors, they'd be sending people over. It would be Plants for Zombies out there. We'd have wave after wave of zombies. We'd have to be setting up so many plants. It would be Plants for Zombies out there. But I mean, what are you're gonna side with? This is the part that I get confused about. It's like, you're gonna side with a terrorist organization. You're that you hate Jewish people that much that you're gonna side with an actual terrorist organization. Okay, all right. You do you, bro. You do you. And I don't know. Maybe I'm in the wrong here. Maybe anti-Semitism's on the rise. Maybe it's back. We're so back, baby. But I wanted to bring this up because this whole, pain in the Middle East, brought back memories of this guy. This is just the best moment. Bush reacts to the latest Middle East violence. I think that this can go good for today. Here he is with Pop Pop.
Yeah, I'm distressed to hear about the latest suicide bombers in Israel. For those who yearn for peace in the Middle East, for those in the Arab lands, for those in Europe, for those all around the world who yearn for peace, we must do everything we possibly can to stop the terror. There are a few killers who want to stop the peace process that we have started, and we must not let them. For the sake of humanity, for the sake of the Palestinians who suffer, for the sake of the Israelis who are under attack, we must stop the terror.
Jeez, this has been going on for a long time.
Do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive.
Now watch this drive. Here's the drive. Dude, he's actually got a good swing on him. Look at this. Now watch this drive. Good ass drive.
Our new church.
See you, Mr. President. Now watch this drive. I mean, it is what it is. George Bush, wasn't that a simpler time? I kind of wish I was alive then. I mean, I guess technically I was, but I was like 3. So, I mean, that doesn't really count, but... Israel declares war, bombs them. Yeah, so there's like a lot of shit going on. I mean, I guess a lot of like civilian casualties. It has me wondering if like maybe the safest place is just in the army. Like, are people in the army dying? They're talking about all these civilian deaths. And I'm like, there seems to be way more civilian deaths than there actually are military deaths. Let's continue. That was a little heavy. But I mean, it's a heavy app, guys. So let's continue with the news. We're gonna continue on to something a little bit more light. The news. Are Jewish people bad? Do we hate Israel now? Huh. And you know, I'm actually interested because there are a lot of people who are like, so for instance, H3, he is very liberal, but he's also very Jewish. So I don't know how those types of people are going to react. I know his friend, Hassan Piker, he's not Palestinian. He's like Turkish, or I'm not too sure what he is, but I know, is that why he was on the Young Turks? Is that why? I don't know, but he is against Israel. So he really hates Israel right now. So yeah, he went on like this crazy rant where he's like, you can only back people into a corner so much before, you know, a crazy dog bites or what. I don't know what he said, you know, but it was something along those lines. So we'll see how that plays out with like, I don't know, like now, like Jewish people, I really don't know. Yeah, I'm honestly, this is probably the last you'll hear of the whole situation. Israel versus Palestine. What's the deal? Why don't they get along? Why can't they just be friends? Why can't we? Yeah, this is what we need to do. This is what they need to do. They need to fly over Israel and Palestine and just play this song. Like imagine the gunfire. These are missiles. Fire, crossfire. Allahu Akbar. You know? And then they hear this in the distance. and it's getting closer. And it's flying overhead. And it's flying above them. And they drop the missiles. And they drop the guns. And they embrace. They love. They make love. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? And of course, they're all dancing. Everyone's naked. It's a paradise. It's an orgy of love. Palestinians and Israelis. It's everyone's rejoicing and they're dancing. And they're dancing and they're crying. And they're holding hands. And they're spinning, and they're so caught up in the pure joy of dropping all sorts of any sort of hatred they held for each other. They've dropped it. It's like that moment in World War II when they halted fire for Christmas Eve and they played soccer on the field, and this is the only thing that's playing.
I see you walking down in Chinatown. I call you, but you could not look around.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Why can't we be friends?
Really, honestly, why, like, what's stopping them? Nothing, really, honestly. Except for thousands of years of hatred. Literally thousands. Literally probably since the beginning of their existence as a country. But still. Chris Brown hits... okay, let's just continue with the news. It's hard to follow that news up. It really is. I shouldn't have opened with the Palestinian war on Israel. Chris Brown hit with a $2 million lawsuit over unpaid Popeye's chicken loan. So Chris Brown, everyone knows him for, I think, hitting his girlfriend, I think is what he's famous for. But apparently he has a large Popeye's chicken loan. I guess every time he goes into Popeyes, he just says, put it on my tab. Let's see. As of February 17th, 2023, that's close to my birthday, February 18th. As of February 17th, 2023, borrower and guarantors owe $2,140,000 in unpaid principal and interest. The lawsuit says technically the lawsuit is in the state of Georgia, but the bank filed it in Los Angeles. It's unclear if the Citibank is suing the Dream over his alleged share of the loan. However, the lawsuit names Mr. Brown as a personal guarantor, who means he's on the hook for unpaid portion of his loan. Meanwhile, So, dude, this guy literally has loan sharks over at Popeye's chicken coming for him. How much chicken how much Popeyes do you have to eat in order to rack up $2 million of loans? Jesus. In other Chris Brown related news, Tian recently expressed regret for collaborating with the R&B superstar nearly a decade ago. Okay, well, nice. That's nice. That's funny. That's a nice comeback. Chris Brown said, name 5 Tanashi songs or die. Chris wrote, Everybody Dead. That's funny. Yeah, everyone died because no one can name a song. All right. Let's continue. Continue with the news. What do we got here? Oh, this is a funny tweet. This is a funny tweet by the Mortgage Bankers Association on Twitter. So the Mortgage Bankers Association, along with so MBA, that's Mortgage Bankers Association, along with NAR, so Nardo NAR.realtor, so National Association of Realtors, and NAHB Homes sent a joint coalition letter to the Federal Reserve this morning asking them to, one, communicate that it does not contemplate further rate hikes, and two, will not sell off any of its MBS holdings until and unless the housing financing crisis market has stabilized and mortgage to treasury spreads have normalized. This is so cope. This is literally pure copium. This is the so what's happening here is the realtors and the lenders realize how shitty the market is, and I know they have really kind of no control over the market, but of course they kind of can, because instead of tacking on, listing fees on top of the list price to keep it the same price so that you make more money, instead of doing that, you could just list it lower, but no one wants the lower commission. So, I mean, some of these inflated prices are due to the listing agents. So, they could be like, oh, well, let's offer them closing buy down fees or whatever, let's offer them a buy down fee and then just add the price to the thing. So it's kind of free, right? So some of that is due to the increased, prices. So that's on them. But this is them just being in full cope mode. They realize that they have no business because no one can buy a home because the interest rates are 7%. I haven't really talked about this on the thing because it's my job and it's annoying to talk about shit. That's my job. But the interest rates are, approaching 8%. They're like 7.625, something like that, 7 and 3 points. I don't know, but it's crazy. It is crazy what's out. I think that somewhere said that the interest rates right now are the highest it's been in like 80 years or something stupid like that. That's a long time. And housing affordability is the highest it's been ever. So that's like the cost of buying a house versus how much the average person makes. I think our lender in our office ran the numbers, and if you have a credit score of like 760, which is really good, nice, good on you, and you have zero debt, a complete zero debt, you have to be making like $90K a year in order to buy a home. That's like $300,000. Does that sound attainable to anyone? To have complete zero, to be living debt free and make $80,000? And then you can only afford a $300,000 home, which is like, good luck. Good luck finding that, buddy. So it's like the housing affordability is so bad that no one can buy a home, and no one wants to sell their home because they all got such juicy, sweet COVID rates at 2.3 whatever percent, so they're not going to sell. So there's no homes on the market and no one can buy homes. So it's like a stagnant kind of stagflation situation, which kind of sucks because I make money when homes sell, but I'm salaried, so I'm chilling. I mean, I still do my job, but it's like, yeah, yikes. Thank God I'm not a realtor. I hate realtors so much, actually. I truly do. Some of the laziest people. They expect everything for nothing, and they don't want to work for it. Don't get me started on realtors. They think they're owed everything, and they think they're the smartest person in the room, in every room. Can't take criticism. The list could literally go on. They're never available. They act busy, but in reality, they're super not busy at all, right? Huge egos. They that plays into the kind of they can't take criticism. First to blame others, last to blame themselves. That's a realtor. I mean, literally the list could go on forever about reasons why you should not like and trust and enjoy existing with real. There are the chances that you get a good realtor, unless you really, really try hard finding one, or unless you get a referral from someone you trust, the chances that you find someone really good, there are like literally like 5%. There is a 5% chance you find a good realtor. 5% of the realtors out there are doing 90% of the business. That's how bad it is. There are so many new agents in the marketplace after COVID, when it was like free money. You just become a realtor and then you make $100,000 a year or whatever. During that time, there's so many just like, you know, everybody's cousin, their uncle, their aunt, everyone somehow became an agent. So now they're all agents and they're all doing one deal a year. And they're like, yeah, well, we sold this home last year to my friend, and, you know, we gave him a good deal and we got him in, you know, that's what's happening. So all these dipshit retards are out there selling people and helping people find the biggest purchase of their entire lives. So, I mean, that's my little side rant on realtors, because you've got to find a good one. And the good ones are like, good luck even reaching them, because they're so good. They're working with literally so many people. They're good because they're good, so people use them. So it's hard to get a hold of them, right? But then they're hard to get a hold of because they're good, right? But there's realtors that are hard to get a hold of because they're bad. So you can't really even tell there, right? So it's like I could go on, but I'm just tired. I'm just tired of it. I hate agents. I'm over it. Some of the laziest people on the planet. Serious crap. The globalists are trying to control you. We've got Zionists. I don't know what a Zionist is. I see that pop up. That is like the key word of the episode. Zionist. What is a Zionist? How to be a liberal Zionist. Okay, what the fuck is this shit? This is on the GTA, Jewish Telegraph Agency. This was okay. How to be a liberal Zionist when Israel is at war. For 10 months, Jerusalem itself, I watched Israel's most ultra-nationalistic and religious government in history tear the country apart with the conservative, controversial package of judicial reform, increased Okay. Yeah, things are not good in Israel. Things are not festival good. Things are not festival good. Okay, let's continue with the TikTok time. I should have played this guy. This guy, we just need a paratroop this guy in there. So this is a video of a guy who's in an airport and he's super pissed. I don't know what he's pissed about. There's a lot to be pissed about when you're in an airport. So it's probably one of those multiple, lost his luggage. He's been up all night. His flight got delayed 5 times. He got on his plane and the person next to him was fat as fuck. There's a lot of reasons why he could be upset right now, but he is venting and he's trying to get everyone involved. We need to drop this man, find this man. The CIA can find him in an instant. Find this man, drop him in Palestine, and just give him a big ol' blowhorn or something.
Come take my hand, this world we'll take together through the storm. I'm not afraid to take a stand. Everybody, come take my hand, this world together all through the storm. Everybody, come take my hand, this world will walk together through the rain.
Imagine being in a...
Let's bring a little Detroit to town. A little bit of Radiohead.
Let's bring a little Detroit into town. What do you think that means? You're right. Amazing Grace.
Amazing Grace.
Imagine a silent battlefield with this guy just screaming, screaming in the middle of a dirt landscape in the Gaza Strip.
How sweet the sound
Oh, he's putting a little southern twang on that too.
Dirty cock right there.
Dirty cock right there.
Go ahead, pull your gun and put a bullet through my head. I'm not afraid.
Yes, sir. Bring it back.
Why don't you guys have body cameras? Call King County DEA, the head chief. He's the one that's going to track all those sexual girls that were trafficked right there on that plane that are going to club. You want me to name the club? Deja Vu? Everybody, there's girls from that plane going to Club Deja Vu to dance that are being trafficked from around the world. Hashtag taken!
Jesus.
I'm not afraid to take a stand! Everybody! Come take my hand, this world will take together! Look at the stars! Everybody!
I mean, we really need this guy. We might need this guy for president. Let's bring a little Detroit into town.
Amazing grace!
I mean, I'd take orders from him. All right, let's continue on with, yo, this is kind of in the same vein. This is a guy, just kind of, I mean, doing a similar thing as that guy, but just on the streets of New York, with that, which I assume is kind of per the usual.
I'm gonna teleport all the gods.
So I guess he's like rapping or something. I'm gonna teleport all the gods.
Everyone under Elohim, and then I'm gonna lead this shit to flood. I'm gonna flood New York City. I caused the flood the other day by the power of the Holy Spirit.
So this guy, he's claiming that he caused the floods in New York the other day by the power of the Holy Spirit.
I'm tired of these fucking niggas. Fuck the elites.
Fuck the elites. He's so pissed.
Yo, bro, you know how much land I own? And these elites can suck my dick.
He owns so much land the elites would suck his dick.
Tell the elites to suck my dick. Matter of fact, what state do the elites love the most? I'm gonna flood that state. Washington, D.C.? Do I have to flood D.C.? Tell the elites to give me my fucking money now.
Ooh, spit on the elites.
No? If I leave New York City, it's gonna flood. I'm warning you, bro. If you see rain start coming down, bro, it's cause Zah flooded this bitch.
Zah.
My handle is Zah, and I ball like Kyrie. Tell the hood niggas stop lacing the weed with fentanyl. They fucking up the third eye and the poison ivy.
Wow, word. That's a word up. Listen to that. He said they're lacing the weed with the fentanyl. They're messing up the third eye, messing it up like poison ivy.
Hood niggas stop lacing the weed with fentanyl. They fucking up the third eye and the poison ivy.
Word two.
Word
I love
two.
you, my guy.
Stay up, man.
Word up.
It says that was crazy. Sunny all day. Sunny?
I'm not gonna flood it.
He's showing him the weather app. It's going to be sunny all day. Yo, I flooded New York the other day. What is this? Oh, this is a guy fucking around with the robot from in New York City.
Are you gonna protect us from the floods? Oh, what's going on? Excuse me, sir. What do you think about the robot?
I have no comment.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. Eric Adams?
Took like 5 seconds for them to start fucking around with the robot.
With the laptop, message to Eric Adams. Nothing. Keep pushing those buttons. Can I push a button? Let me make that twerk real quick. You went to school for this? How much you getting paid, bro? Keep it player.
Thank you.
At the press conference, they said it doesn't use AI, but the website says that it does.
Oh, watch out. Watch out. This
Oh
coming.
shit, it's
So
on the
they're coming
way.
for us.
Watch out.
I don't know what the that is, bro.
They're paying the robot $9 an hour.
Robot getting paid?
They're paying the robot $9. Cheaper than a city lunch and heavier than a linebacker. New York Police Department's $9 an hour robot joins times. That's so
Yeah,
funny.
bro.
That is not a vibe, bro.
Does Eric Adams have a big...
Does Eric Adams have a big dick?
Where's Jeffrey Epstein?
What do y'all think about the robot?
I hate that
You
robot.
hate the robot?
Yeah, I like y'all mask though.
So the robot don't detect us.
That's stupid.
Eric Adams already bend you over and you from the back viciously. It's over, bro.
It's not over for me, Gina. Don't put me out the way. Look,
It's a surveillance state. It's surveillance. Dude, this guy's actually based as fuck. This guy's based as hell. Just running around, having a good time. That's what I enjoy, is when someone someone when someone exposes something, has a fun time about it. This is a clip of one of my favorite TV shows called The Masked Singer, where content has been so condensed that it's a game show where the only winners are people that are already famous, and your goal is to guess who the famous person in the giant costume is. And this one caught me as particularly saddening, because this is an audience of probably 50,000 people, maybe 30,000 people, screaming to take the mask off of this robot, or I guess this costume, and you will not believe who's inside. And they go crazy. They go crazy for who's inside. Take it, and they always scream, "Take it off, take it off," and then they always get so shocked. I'm surprised someone doesn't like literally shoot themselves in the face, like out of excitement, like literally just like put a gun in their mouth and just pull the trigger. They're so excited. They just start eating each other. They just start taking bites, vicious bites.
What is nobody?
Who is nobody?
What's going on?
Who is it?
I'm really confused.
Is there a body inside there? Ah! There's something in there!
What's
Oh my
going
gosh!
on?
What?
It's Kermit the Frog! It's Kermit the Frog! Holy shit! And the crowd goes wild. And these are actually adults, mostly adults in the audience, going crazy for a puppet inside of a costume. A puppet inside of a costume. So there's a man who's under the costume holding the puppet, and the people are going crazy for the puppet. And this fucking Asian guy, don't even get me started with him. He's in every goddamn commercial I think I've ever had. Oh, are your eyes irritated? This guy somehow has a connection with allergy eye drops. Are you trying to get a VPN? This guy's somehow on every VPN. Like, I don't know what this guy's thing is. He's on every single commercial everywhere I see him. How funny would it be if it's not actually that guy and it's just another Asian person? So so there's that. That's that. Let's watch one more TikTok and then we're good.
This is the world's first food made from plastic waste.
You heard that right.
This is the world's first food made from plastic waste.
Dude, I'm going to get so many microplastics in my body. It's actually going to be crazy. Imagine that first bite out of this and you just like, you just wake up the next day fully transitioned.
Biotechnologist Dr. Joanna Sadler helped to create this vanilla ice cream.
I forgot that it didn't play the whole thing. It just plays this guy staring. He's got that 1,000-yard stare from Vietnam. All the leaves are brown, I forgot that it played that. Oh man. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's a bit of a shorter episode and I started late. I'm sorry, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And actually, all jokes aside, it's horrible what's happening in the Middle East. It always is. Am I right, folks? It's always bad what's happening. It seems like it's almost never good there. It seems like it's almost never. That's why I say things are not festival good there. It doesn't seem like anytime anyone said they've gone to Israel or anything, I'm like, it seems like that's a risk. Like that's a risk that you're taking to go there. And maybe I'm not a huge risk taker, but I prefer my vacations closer to home. I'll go to the Colorado. That sounds nice. It's great this time of year. Go to Boulder. If you want more of the desert vibe that you get in Israel, go to a festival. Go to Burning Man. Where's Burning Man? Is that America? It's got to be in like Arizona or something. Go there. There's no reason for you to fly to Arizona. Or, I mean, fly to Israel. No reason. But, of course, how could they have known shit was going to pop off? Oh, yeah, how could they have known? It's not like shit's always boiling. All right. That's the end of this. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please share with a friend. If you didn't enjoy this episode, tell me why in the comments, please. Email is theafromattshow@gmail.com, spelled exactly how it is here, so don't mess up. Send me videos, send me photos. Please no Hamas beheadings, please. No Palestinian executions. I'm fine on all that. I've seen enough. I've been on Twitter I've scrolled Twitter. It's fine. We're good. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. This video is 100% going to be taken by claims by this person. Thanks for listening.